Hey guys, AngryMonkey here with another Retro Game Treasure unboxing video. So for those who are new to the channel and you're wondering what is Retro Game Treasure, this is a video game subscription service that sends 3 to 5 games to your house every month to add to your personal collection. This is not a rental service, you get to keep these games. And these games are on a variety of different consoles, and you choose what consoles you want games for, whether it's for old school stuff or some of the more recent, still relevant stuff. If you're into the old school stuff, you can get stuff for the Atari 2600 or Intellivision. They got stuff for most of the Nintendo consoles, NES, Super Nintendo, 64, GameCube, Wii, as well as the Game Boy line of the Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS, Nintendo 3DS. You can get stuff for Sega, so the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega Dreamcast, although don't expect to get anything for the CD or Dreamcast, but I have before. So just throwing that out there. PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4, as well as the PlayStation Portable, and the Xbox, Xbox 360, and Xbox One. So like I said, a lot of things that you can get games for. Now before we go into the survey, there's a couple things that I want to point out to you, which is the wishlist feature, where if there's a game that you're looking for, don't expect Earthbound, but let's just say you got a Super Nintendo recently and you're like, hey, I really want Super Mario World, you might get that in your box. So go on there, add in the games that you want for the wish list, and you might get that in your next box. They're usually pretty consistent with me, since I have a lot of wish list items, where I seem to get one almost every month. There's a couple times where I might get like 2 wish list items if they're both like really cheap. So that's pretty cool. The other thing I want to point out to you guys is the checklist feature, because somebody like me that's got 1,600 plus games in their collection, that's a lot of games, and a very strong chance you might get a duplicate. But if you fill out the checklist correctly, you can help avoid getting a lot of those duplicates. However, you got to make sure that A, you are on top of updating Retro Game Treasure, so that way if you get a new game, you update Retro Game Treasure so that way they won't send that to you accidentally. And B, make sure you check off all versions of that game. So I got Star Wars Battlefront on PS2. I think I got the greatest hits version, which that's fine for me, but some people don't want that. So maybe, I don't know, check off that you have the greatest hits version or something. But check off that you have both versions of it, really. That's kind of what I'm getting at here. Check off that you have both versions of it, so that way if you have the Black Label version that you won't get the greatest hits version, for example, or vice versa, make sure that you go over onto original Xbox as well. Make sure you check it off on that, so that way you don't get it on that console as well, unless you want it on both consoles. I personally don't. Some people would. Maybe you want to have both a complete Xbox set and a complete PS2 set. I don't know. Everybody's different on that, but I've got a way to play it. I'm happy with having it on PS2. I'm happy with the greatest hits version. That's fine for me. But just make sure that you go and check all versions of that. Greatest hits versus regular, or day one edition versus regular versus game of the year edition, or whatever. Make sure you check off all versions of that, so that way you don't get duplicates. And like I said, different console versions, because I got Red Out 2 months in a row. First one on Xbox One, then I got it the next month on PS4. I'm like, I don't need 2 versions of this game. I got it on Xbox One now. I don't need it on PS4 as well. So learn from my mistakes and check all versions of that game, and check all consoles as well. Now that I got all that out of the way, let's talk about the survey. And this survey is very important because A, not only does that help them see on what consoles you have or want games for, but also the genres of games that you like. So with this, you can say, hey, I'm pretty new to collecting, so just give me a bunch of games. I don't really care too much about condition, as long as I can play them. Or, hey, I've been collecting for a while, and condition means a lot to me, and that's kind of where I'm at. I do care about condition. And with this, you can check what genres that you like. So most people don't like sports games. Well, with this, don't check off sports games, and you won't get sports games, which is really nice. So check off, I don't know, if you like platformers, if you like first-person shooters or arcade games or RPGs, you can check off what you like. Don't check what you don't like, and this box will be built to the stuff that you say that you like to play. And like I said, there's also the consoles on there as well, which is also equally important, so that way you won't get a 64 game in your box unless you say, hey, I have a 64, I want games for it, for example. Now, for me, they usually send me a PS4, an Xbox One, and usually an import Game Boy Advance game, and maybe like an Intellivision game or something, or an Atari game. That seems to be what my games are a lot of times, but they have surprised me. I have gotten a 64 game in here before. I've gotten a Japanese GameCube game because I said, hey, imports are fine because I've got a way to play Japanese Game Boy and Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. I've got a way to play Famicom and Super Famicom and Japanese GameCube games. So yeah, if I get any of those, I can still play them on my American console because I've got different workarounds. Is that all I really have to say? I keep thinking I'm forgetting something, but I guess we should start opening this box up. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. I'm going to pull the box out of frame and open it up. Okay, so I'm going to have it face backwards so that way when I pull the first game out we don't get spoilers of the next game. Ooh, I feel a deflated hair pillow here, where pillows are inflated, not prices. Well, this one is not at all inflated. So either this guy wasn't doing his job, or he gave his life sacrificing himself to protect the game. Which, if it's the first one, well, shame on you, Air Defender Light number 2. Be like your brother here, number 1, and be inflated. If you gave your life to protect a game, well, pretend this is me saluting. We salute you for sacrificing. And that thing is like completely deflated. Anyway, so what do we got? Okay, so I feel 3 games: Intellivision, PS4, and I'm pretty sure it's an Xbox One under that. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this is a standard box from what I'm feeling. But first up, we got Bomb Squad. So, last time I know I got B-17 Bomber. This time I got Bomb Squad. So, that's kind of interesting. And they both have like this gold label to them. So, this has to be like some company type thing. Like, I don't know, whoever made both, like developer or whatever, probably made both those games. I've never heard of Bomb Squad. But there's going to be some little bit of gameplay footage there showing what kind of game it is, and I'm going to talk for a minute to kind of stall a little bit of time so that way you get a taste on what that type of game is. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Okay, I feel a sealed PS4 game. I already have this one. I am very sure. Yeah, I already have this one. Yakuza 6. Great game. It is probably a wishlist item, but I already picked it up, and this version has like a little art book thing to it. Picked it up earlier this year, so it's kind of upsetting. That probably was a wishlist item, though. So, that's cool, I got it, but I already got it. But that's probably more my fault than RetroGameTreasure's fault. Alright. Will this last game save this box this month? It's an Xbox One game. We got Payday, The Big Score, or Payday 2, I should say. I know I have a Payday game. I don't know what console PS4 maybe? Okay, so here I'm not sure. Because that's Payday 2, The Big Score. But this is also Payday 2. But it doesn't say The Big Score on it. That was me dropping the game. So I don't know if these are the same game or not. So, future me, are you able to look it up? Are these the same game? I mean, if not, I'll probably keep the Xbox version because it's newer. But, this could be a very disappointing box if they are the same game, because that means that I already got, and I already got, and then this being my only new one. But I don't know. I just seriously, guys, I usually get good boxes with this. I know that if you guys have been following and like you saw like last month's box and this month's box, you're like, man, you're getting some bad boxes. But it's not really a bad box. I mean, like, these are, like, especially Yakuza, that's like a good game. And this, I'm pretty sure, is a good game, too. I've not played it, because I just don't get a chance to. So, this is a good box. It's just, potentially stuff I already have. But if you guys are interested, here is the info for the boss chest giveaway. So all you need to do is take a picture of your box, post it on social media, and you're entered to the boss chest giveaway, which you could potentially win a new to you game console, which I've seen as a Sega Master System before, I've seen it as a Sega Genesis before, I've seen it as a PS1 before. So you can get a console as a boss chest giveaway item, and then you can get games for that through that service. So that way it's like, cool, I just got a PS1, I can get some PS1 games for my collection now. That's cool. Yeah, something like that. Also, if I get enough people interested in this, and people are like, oh, cool, I want to get Retro Game Treasure, you can use my refer code that's in the description below, as well as a link to RGT itself. And if I recommend 3 people, or refer 3 people, I get a free box, which means more content to unbox on the channel, which is always pretty cool. Never had that happen, but if you guys want to see that happen, that's how you can see that, is by doing that. If not, well, okay. Just throwing that out there as an option. So yeah, that is this video, I guess. I got 3 games, but don't click off the video just yet, because I've got some pretty cool pickups, a little bit of room reorganizing as well. So if you're into the pickup section, that's coming up right now. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to show off was I got a new shelf here. So you guys remember that I had this wall here that had GameCube, Wii, Switch. I had my... oh, I'm trying to remember now. I think I had my Genesis up there. And then I decided to move the Genesis to down there. I had a stack of Genesis boxes, and don't worry, I didn't get rid of those. I wouldn't dare get rid of video game history. But I had to clear up some room on the shelf because I just ran out of room, unfortunately. So I moved the Genesis games down there, get the Master System there, Genesis games. That shelf's unchanged. That is Dreamcast and Famicom. I know, weird combination, but whatever. Then Super Famicom is there. Atari's pretty much unchanged, and Television's unchanged. NES, I just got a little bit more room there. And then NES and Super. And then over to here, I moved the PlayStation games. and then I have the 64 games there. I had to do that so that way I have a little bit more room to expand on PS2 games, which basically original Xbox 360 and PS2, those all kind of ran together into the PS1, which was a different size shelf. But now I've got a little bit of room to expand pretty much that entire section. And what else did I do? I know I did something. Oh yeah, I moved the Saturn and CD games from, what, there to there? Which allowed me to drop down the PS5 from there to there, which also allowed me to separate the Xbox One from the Series X. And I don't know how I did it, but I was able to get a little bit of extra room on PS3 and PS4, just a little bit. But those were a few minor tweaks. And by minor, I mean they look minor on the shelves, but putting away a giant stack of anime and video games, as well as building that other shelf, that was like a 10-hour ordeal going through all that. And then another like 4 hours trying to figure out how to put anime figures on the shelves, because I ran a room on anime figures too. So yeah, last weekend was, I don't know what weekend it is when this video is uploading, but one of the weekends in July was spent doing that. Pretty much the entire weekend was spent just reorganizing. So yeah, that was a fun time. But a couple other things I wanted to show off real quick. A couple video game toys that I got from Walmart. So first up is II from Super Monkey Ball. And what's really cool here, yes, you can take him out of the ball. And he's got this little platform there. It's weighted as well, and it's got little rollers on it. But that way, you can roll the ball. Well, it kind of works. And no matter how you roll the ball, he stands upright in the ball. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can kind of see it slowly. Yeah, he's kind of doing it. Yeah, I like having the ball like that, so that way you can see him. He's got a little banana in his hand. It's really cute. Monkey Ball is such a fun game. By the way, we recorded Monkey Ball on the GameCube. Oh, geez, how long ago was that? 2016, 17, 18 maybe? I don't know. Anyway, I got II, and then I got Axel from Streets of Rage. I know there's also the werewolf from Altered Beast. I got these on 2 separate trips. So when I saw I saw Axel and the werewolf as well. Then I went back for Axel on a different day, and the werewolf was gone, unfortunately. But I got Axel at least from Streets of Rage. Really cool. Really fun beat-em-up game on the Genesis. So it's really cool to see Sega characters get their spot. Because, I mean, like, yeah, there was all those Mario characters. They had Link, of course, and, of course, all the Pokemon toys, too. But it was kind of neat to see some Sega toys, because you just don't see Sega. I mean, outside of Sonic, of course. You see plenty of Sonic, but some of the other series, like I said, Monkey Ball and Streets of Rage, you just don't see the type of stuff. So that was pretty cool. But I wanted to show those off real quick, as well as, like I said, my new shelf. So yeah, we got some good stuff that I want to show off. I mean, nothing like super crazy or anything, but I've got some decent stuff here. The first couple I want to show off I got from a retro video game collectors group on Facebook. So I got a couple popular sequels, I guess. First up is Wario Land 2 on Game Boy Color. Which I know I've got a couple of the Wario games, but I don't remember which ones I have, but obviously I don't have that one, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. And I also got Kirby's Dream Land 2. So, many years ago on this channel, pretty much in my first year back in 2013, I recorded Kirby's Dream Land 1, beat the whole game in under an hour, which for me is actually kind of impressive because I'm terrible at video games. So for the fact that I managed to beat a video game on my own in under an hour is pretty cool. Anyway, so now this completes the Kirby's Dream Land trilogy, because I got Dream Land 3 on the SNES. I got that a long time ago, and now the game is like insanely stupid expensive, so I'm glad I got that when I did. But anyway, I got the trilogy now. Most likely this will be a Kajinama game, because if it's a Kirby game, I just usually put his name on it as a game that he would like to play on the channel, because Kirby is like his thing. Anyway, so I got both of those. Super excited about that. I went to GameStop at the end of June to pick up Luigi's Mansion 2 on the Switch. So this game originally came out on the 3DS back in 2013, I think. I think that was the year of Luigi, was 2013. And I had a lot of expectations for Luigi's Mansion 2, but the mission-based aspect of it I just wasn't really a fan of, so I never finished it. I mean, those who know me know how much I adore the first Luigi's Mansion. Like, it's one of my favorite games on the GameCube. And I actually have beaten Luigi's Mansion 3 as well, and I enjoyed 3 a lot more than 2. But this is a great way for me to play the game on the channel, because I can't record on a 3DS. I can record on the Switch. I just haven't recorded any Switch games yet. But who knows? Maybe this will be it, because like I said, I've already beaten the first one on the channel 11 years ago, so maybe 2 could be on the channel soon. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll actually beat it this time. That'd be nice. But while I was at GameStop picking up Luigi's Mansion, this game jumped out to me. It's called Arslan, the Warriors of Legend. Mostly because the anime art style looked really familiar. And I'm like, why do I recognize this art style? So I'll give you a couple seconds to guess on what other popular anime, and I do mean very popular anime, is this like art style. 3, 2, 1. Says here, based on the series by the creator of Full Metal Alchemist. Says that right there. So that is why this looked familiar. It's like, oh, the creator of Full Metal Alchemist created this anime series as well. I don't know anything about this. It looks like a hack and slash type game, like maybe like a Warriors type game. Yeah, it actually says that right there. The Warrior series. So yeah, it's basically like a Warriors game, but with Full Metal Alchemist looking characters. But anyway, I was excited to pick that up just because it looked interesting. I'd never heard of that before, but FMA is a great anime series, so I was intrigued by that one. I was at a GameStop on a different day, and they had a sale of a buy two get one free, and so obviously I took advantage of that, and I got No Man's Sky, which I've had in my hand a few times, but I always put it back because I always hear like mixed things on it. But I'm like, you know what? It's part of a sale, and you can either look at it as this helped me get another game for free, or you can break up that price of what I did pay for 3 games. That was really 2 games or whatever, and break that over 3 games. You know what I mean? So anyway, I finally picked this up. Just kind of a weird space exploration kind of game. I don't really know what to say outside of that. I don't know much about this game, but it's a game I've just been intrigued about for a while, so I figure, yeah, let's go ahead and pick that up. So I got that. Really excited to pick up WarioWare Get It, or Get It Together, I mean. Okay, good. I had to make sure that I actually had it in there because I bought this in Kansas, of all states. So it'd be a little bit hard for me to get this game from a GameStop that is 14 hours away. But anyway, I got WarioWare Get It Together, which is probably the first WarioWare game they had in like 2 decades or something. Maybe not quite that long, but it's been a while since we had a WarioWare game. So it was exciting to pick up another one. And my free game was Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments on the Xbox One. I don't really know much about this game, but it's a mystery game, of course, so that intrigued me. Plus, it was free, because I paid for both of these. This is a free game, so it's a free game. So, yeah, I figured this would be pretty cool to get another mystery-type game. And it says, choose the leads that you wish to pursue, is what it says on the back there. So it's like, I don't know. I was intrigued by it. I mean, like, a lot of these games I get, I'm intrigued. Like, I don't know how good they are, but they catch my attention. So, that's cool. I picked up, on a different day, I picked up Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness for the PS4. I thought I had this game. Turns out I don't, but now I do. So it's another RPG in the Star Ocean series, which I've got a few of them. I know I got one on PS2. I know I got the remake of one that was, like the Sega Genesis days or PlayStation 1 days or whatever, remastered on the PS5. I got that one as well, and now I got that one. So I got a few of the Star Ocean games now, and I gotta play them on the channel. I know they're very beloved games, and I've just never played a Star Ocean game. I just know they're very beloved, and that's why I'm like, I'll go ahead and get it. Plus, I got like $2 off on it. There was like a 10% sale or something. So I got that for like $17 or 17 something. So that's cool. Another trip to GameStop. I got this really nice steel case for Saints Row Criminal Customs. I don't really know too much about the Saints Row games. I just keep buying them because I'm intrigued by them. But just look at the steel case. It's so nice looking. That's the back. I mean, the inside's nothing special, but I just really like the steel case. So I went ahead and picked that up. And the last one I got for this section of the video, this might be the only section of the video, I don't know, because I always seem to tack something on at the end. But, so I guess if this is, then I'll have my little speech at the end. If not, then whatever. Anyway, I got the Ace Attorney Apollo Justice trilogy. So these were originally on the DS, and these games are kind of expensive on the DS now. But with this, again, same with Luigi's Mansion, I can play this game on the channel. And like I said, this is the full trilogy. You got 1, 2, and 3. And I don't really know too much about the Apollo Justice trilogy like I do the Phoenix Wright trilogy. And unfortunately, the Phoenix Wright trilogy is not released in America, and that bothers me because I love that trilogy. I love those characters. I love the Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright trilogy. And I can't play them on the channel unless I do an emulator because they're on the DS only, and only on the Switch in Japan. Now, if there was an English mode, I can still play it on the Switch because of the Switch being region-free. But if there's no way to pick English text, then I'm a little out of luck there. But I was excited to pick this one up at least. So, yeah, I got a lot of great games here. Alright, so this is kind of like this month's heavy pickup, I guess. The day that I'm recording this is the day after this game came out. Is the Nintendo World Championship NES Edition Deluxe set, which I just want you guys to just admire this. This is beautiful looking. You have like this foil looking trophy in the NES edition there. In fact, the whole front case just looks like shiny, and the characters are shiny looking. Foil there. All I've done so far is just this. I don't know really what the contents look like outside of the little pictures there. I mean, it's advertising. Of course, the game, the replica game pack, a pin set, and a bunch of art cards. So I guess we should get on it. And okay, so what is this? Oh, these must be the art cards. Well, how about we look at those towards the end? Or is this the art cards? No, this is the pen set. Okay. We'll go ahead and look at the pen set then. Nope. This is the pen set. Yeah, we'll look at the pen set first. Ooh, I can already tell this feels premium. Ooh, that is beautiful. Look at that. So yeah, you've got a Mario, a Zelda, of course the NES edition. You got a Metroid, you got a Donkey Kong. All of those look so nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, since I got the art cards, I guess we'll... no, that's kind of cool. We'll save that towards the end. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Yeah, you get the standard game here, talking about 150 plus challenges and 13 NES games. I mean, so yeah, I'm assuming Ice Climber, Balloon Fight, Mario, Kid Icarus, I am drawing a blank, Excite Bike, there we go. I was drawing a blank on that. Mario 3, original Zelda, Metroid, Kirby, another Mario thing there. Maybe that's related to Donkey Kong, I guess, and then Zelda 2. So yeah, there's probably more than that, but that's kind of cool. Just a bunch of little challenges, speedrun challenges, and I don't know, probably like 3 heart runs in Zelda. I really don't know what to expect. But this was way too cool to... Ooh, there's something else in here. Okay, what is this? Oh yeah, this looks nice. Ooh, look how premium that looks. Got this, I mean it's plastic, but it looks like glass, which is probably what holds this in place, which this is just a replica cart, just kind of made to look like the kind of made to look like the NES 1990 World Championship cart. I mean, it's not exactly the same, but I think that's what it's made to look like. But obviously you can see it doesn't have any, so I don't know if, yeah, does it do that? I mean, I guess it fits like that. That's really nice. So I don't know if I want to have this on display. Maybe I'll just kind of have it like this or like this. Or if I want to have it, I don't know yet. I don't know how I'm going to display this, but this is really cool. And then there's a bunch of art cards. So usually this type of stuff would have an art book, but they went with art cards today. So anyway, we got Mario, the original Zelda, Metroid, Donkey Kong, Kid Icarus, Mario 2, Excite Bike, Ice Climber, Balloon Fight, Mario 3, Zelda 2. Ooh, that's cool. Lost Levels. Wasn't expecting that one. Kirby. And then I think we're back at the beginning with Mario. But that's cool. I like this. There was a lot of neat stuff with this. So it was really cool to basically unbox this with you guys. Because I saw kind of like the pictures on the back of the thing. Like, oh yeah, there's going to be pin set. There's going to be little art cards. And I knew there was the replica cartridge. But I really wasn't sure on what this was going to look like. But this was pretty nice. And the fact that this was basically double, like, and that's it. So like, and by double, I think this was basically a regular priced game. But it was only like $30 for that, and like $60 or $65 for this. And well, I thought, well, gee, you're getting all this extra stuff. It's kind of hard to pass that up. So, yeah, this was pretty cool. So, what'd you guys think? Did you think this was cool? Did you guys pick this up? Let me know in the comments below. And if any of these games that you saw in this video interest you, or if you saw some of my previous videos and something there interest you, let me know on what games you want to see played on the channel. I'll write them down. No request is ignored, even if it feels like I am. It's just busy life, and I'm a boring person. I've edited my content, and I've almost fallen asleep watching a solo playthrough. I know how boring I can be. So that's why I need some combination of Citrus Fruit or Kajinama or Phoenix or all of us to get together to have some entertaining commentary there. So please be patient while we have time for some combination of that group to get together. Now, who knows? Maybe you do like boring me Let's Play stuff, which that's cool too. There's plenty of that on the channel as well, and I'm sure there's plenty of solo stuff coming at some point as well. I just need to get on that. But yeah, if you haven't yet, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified whenever I get around to playing, well, who knows, maybe Nintendo World Championship, or, I mean, that's probably going to be like a group thing, but you know what I mean. Like, if there's a game that you wanted to see played on the channel, you got to subscribe so that way you know when that video is coming out or that series is coming out. I also have an Instagram that I forget that I have until I make one of these videos, which this is pretty Instagram worthy if you ask me. But I always forget to post stuff because there's been a few things I'm like, oh, I gotta post this on Instagram, and I just don't. I forget. But this is pretty cool. But most importantly, I have a Discord where we talk about a lot of things that we talked about in this video of video games and anime and Pokemon, and we post memes and talk about nostalgia, and it's just a fun time where we have fun, hang out, nerd out, as I always say. And all you need to do is just say, hey, I want to join the Discord. I'll be like, cool, here's an invite, and you can join this community of nerds. It's a good time, and we hope that you'll be able to join us for that as well. I guess that's all I really have to say. I'm intentionally keeping this at the end of the video, so anything else I get after this is going to be put before this in the video, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, I'm stopping the video here. Thank you guys for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.